was an amazing person, so passionate, wild.
Anne Burrell was known for her fiery spirit, platinum hair, and unstoppable energy in the kitchen. For over 2 decades, she lit up television screens, inspired home cooks, and mentored chefs with her signature flair. Fans saw her as a force of nature, bold, brilliant, and utterly unstoppable. That's why, when news of her sudden passing hit headlines, it didn't just shock, it devastated. No one expected her light to go out, not like this. At 55, and was still hosting, traveling, and making appearances, seemingly as lively as ever. Just a week earlier, she performed at an improv show, smiling, laughing, full of life. There were no public health warnings, no whispers of retirement. Her fans weren't just heartbroken by the news, they were confused. What could have possibly happened to someone who looked so full of joy? Then came the silence. For days, no word from her husband, Stuart Claxton. No details from authorities. Just a haunting stillness that filled every post, comment, and news headline. As the world mourned, it waited, desperate for answers. And when Stuart finally spoke, everything changed. June 17th, 2025. Emergency responders rushed to Anne Burrell's Brooklyn home after a chilling 7:50 a.m. call. She was found unresponsive on the shower floor, surrounded by what appeared to be dozens of pills. There were no signs of life. Medical personnel could only confirm the worst, and was gone. And just like that, a culinary legend vanished without warning. Initial reports pointed to cardiac arrest, but something didn't add up. Friends described her as cheerful and completely healthy just days before. She was energetic, laughing, performing on stage. The timing felt unreal, almost scripted. No one close to her had seen this coming, not even her family. Within hours, news exploded across CNN, the New York Times, and social media. But as headlines spread, confusion deepened. What was the real cause of death? Why pills? And where was Stuart? A cloud of questions loomed. But one thing was clear. This wasn't going to be a simple story. Something about it just didn't sit right. While the world grieved and speculated, one person remained noticeably quiet. Stuart Claxton, Anne's husband. The silence was deafening. Fans, media, and even colleagues waited anxiously for him to say something, anything. As days passed with no word, theories flooded online spaces. Was he too heartbroken? Or was there more to the story? Finally, when Stuart did speak, his words were few but powerful. "Anne was the light of our lives," he said. "I've lost my best friend, my companion, and my heart." The raw emotion in his voice caught everyone off guard. It wasn't a press release, it was pain. And that honesty hit harder than any headline ever could. Suddenly, the world saw not just a grieving widower, but a man completely shattered. Comments shifted from speculation to sympathy. Celebrity chefs, former contestants, and fans flooded the internet with condolences. The silence hadn't been avoidance, it had been heartbreak. And though his words were brief, they said everything that needed saying. Before the lights and cameras, Anne Burrell was just a kid from Cazenovia, New York, captivated by her mother's cooking and Julia Child reruns. Her passion was born in a warm family kitchen, not a TV studio. After earning a degree in English, she chased her true love, food. Enrolling at the Culinary Institute of America, she graduated in 1996, ready to change the game. Her path wasn't easy, but she never backed down, and trained in Italy and sharpened her craft under legends like Lidia Bastianich. From Felidia to Savoia, she absorbed the heat of real kitchens and turned pressure into purpose. Her style? Rustic, bold, and unapologetically hers. But cooking wasn't enough. She wanted to inspire. Teaching at CIA, she passed her passion to the next wave of chefs, urging them to take risks, stay curious, and never fake it. Then came TV and everything changed. Starting with Iron Chef America, Anne's vibrant personality jumped off the screen. Hosting Secrets of a Restaurant Chef and later dominating Worst Cooks in America for 27 seasons, she became a household name. She wasn't just cooking, she was connecting. Millions saw her as more than a chef. She was a guide, a fire starter, and a reason to believe that anyone could learn to love the kitchen. And Burrell was magnetic on screen, but off camera, she guarded her private life with care. Early in her career, she avoided the spotlight when it came to love. That changed in 2012 when her relationship with chef Corin Grieveson became public. and embraced transparency, telling the world she had nothing to hide. It marked a shift. She was now leading with honesty in both food and life. Though that relationship ended, Anne's journey toward love didn't. In 2018, she met Stuart Claxton through a dating app. Friends noticed a change almost instantly. She smiled more, seemed lighter. Their connection ran deep, rooted in shared values and a love for the simple things. When Stuart proposed during the pandemic lockdown in 2020 and said yes without hesitation, by 2021 they were married in a cozy fall ceremony in her hometown and embraced Stuart's children as her own, forming a close-knit, blended family. Photos of breakfasts together, garden moments, and family trips painted a different picture of the culinary star, one filled with warmth, joy, and quiet love. Despite her hectic schedule, she carved out time for holidays and home-cooked meals with those she loved, and wasn't just a chef or a TV host. She was a wife, a stepmother, a sister, and a daughter who never lost touch with what really mattered. When Anne Burrell passed, the shock was global, but so was the love. Tributes flooded in from every corner of the culinary world. Food Network called her remarkable talent, while chefs like Robert Irvine and Carla Hall remembered her as fierce, kind, and unforgettable. Fans posted photos of meals they'd cooked using her recipes. Her shows had become lessons, her voice a companion in countless kitchens. But Anne's legacy wasn't just built on camera. She donated prize winnings to juvenile diabetes research, mentored struggling chefs, and stood firm on social issues in a cutthroat industry. Her books, like Cook Like a Rock Star, hit bestseller lists and encouraged thousands to get back in the kitchen. And even after the cameras stopped rolling, she gave time, knowledge, and warmth to anyone willing to learn. Stuart and the family she left behind vowed to continue spreading her values. Recipes are still cooked in her honor. Candlelight vigils, charity cookouts, and heartfelt stories keep her memory burning bright. Anne's life was never about perfection. It was about passion, perseverance, and showing up with everything you had. And through every dish shared in her name, her story keeps going.